For our next book, we're going to read Madlenka by Peter Sis. And it's about a little girl that loses her tooth. Now, Peter Sis wrote this book and illustrated it. And he's from Czechoslovakia, which was a country in Europe. And he based this book, right here, off of his daughter, Madlenka, when she was growing up in New York City. So you see the block on the cover? That's a street. That's a city block in New York. And on the inside, if we open up the cover and take it off, we can see Madlenka with her yellow umbrella and her pink dress. All right. Now, if we open up to the cover, we can see the tiny little Earth and the whole universe. And then we zoom in on the Earth, and we see a little pink dot right in the middle. And then we zoom in again, and we see New York City. And there's that pink dot again. Can you guys see it? And then we zoom in even more, and we see city streets and all these little city blocks. And right in the middle, there's that pink dot. All right. In the universe, on a planet, on a continent, in a country, in a city, on a city block, in a house, in a window, in the rain, a little girl named Madlenka. And we can see she's wearing a pink shirt, so she was that pink dot. Madlenka finds out her tooth wiggles. She has to tell everyone. So she goes to the window, and then she runs down the stairs, and she goes outside. She takes her umbrella with her because it's raining. Hey everyone, my tooth is loose. Loose! And the city block turns into a circle, round like the earth. Jumping with joy, she skips down the street and sees her friend, Mr. Gaston, the French baker, right here. Hello, Mr. Gaston. My tooth is loose. I'm a big girl now. Mr. Gaston bakes croissants, French bread, cakes with fruit, and when I have a birthday, he puts a pink ballerina on my cake. He tells me all about Paris and France, where he's from. Bonjour, Madeleine. Let's celebrate. I bet he's going to make her a cake with a pink ballerina on top. And here inside, now this picture's a little hard to see, but it's inside of his bakery, and it has all this stuff from France, like the Eiffel Tower and the Notre Dame Cathedral, and a bunch of French pastries for Madlenka to eat. Madlenka wants to tell all her friends. Hello, Mr. Singh. My tooth is loose. Mr. Singh sells newspapers, magazines, and candy. He's from India. Then she sees Chow's ice cream truck. Look, Mr. Chow, my tooth wiggles. Mr. Chow is from Italy. In Italy, they have cats, pizza, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and pasta. Around the corner, Madlenka finds Mrs. Grimm. Good morning, my tooth is loose. Miss Grimm is from Germany, and she knows many stories, like Snow White, the Bremen Town Musicians, and Slovenly Peter. Satsariakal, Madela. Good news. Get it? Because Mr. Singh sells newspapers. Here we see a picture with some Indian art on it. Buongiorno, says Mr. Chow. Madlena, this calls for a treat. Bet he's going to give her some ice cream. And here we see a bunch of stuff from Italy, where Mr. Chow is from. Like the Colosseum in Rome, and a pizza, and a volcano, and Leaning Tower of Pisa, and some pasta. Guten Tag, Magda, says Miss Grimm. Let me tell you a story. And here's a picture of a bunch of German fairy tales. Now this one's a little hard to see too, so you can come up close and look. Yeah. See here? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Madlenka thinks this must be the best day of her life. Oh, there's Mr. Eduardo, the greengrocer, all the way over here. Hello, Mr. Eduardo, my tooth wiggles. Eduardo's from Latin America. He sells flowers, trees, and plants. His store feels like a rainforest. That's a forest with lots of rain, and butterflies, and parrots, and tapirs, and jaguars, and snakes. Flip the book around here. Latin America also has mountains, rivers, people, and pyramids. And Eduardo also has pineapples, oranges, apples, bananas, corn, tomatoes, and potatoes in his shop. Hola, Madlena. Senorita Madlena. And there she is. And here's a picture from some myths from different Latin American cultures. We've got a big bird with a river on its back, and mountains and pyramids. Hi, Cleopatra. My tooth is loose. Cleopatra is a school friend. Cleopatra and all the girls can't wait to lose their baby teeth and grow up. Madlenka and Cleopatra play in their secret garden in the courtyard. They pretend it's a desert, or a jungle, or an ocean, or a grasslands. There are secret animals in the garden, like a rhino, and lions, and a T-Rex, and a Komodo dragon. Sometimes they dance. Cleopatra is named after an Egyptian queen. Cool, baby. Let's play in the courtyard. What's that peeking through that window there? Wow. And here's their secret garden in the courtyard. Now come up close and see if you can tell me what some of the animals are here in the courtyard. Can you spot them out? There's a hippo. And over here, that's a flamingo. And down here, that's a jaguar or maybe a cheetah. And there's a monkey and an ostrich. Who else can she tell? Oh, Mrs. Com has to know. Hello, Mrs. Com. My tooth wiggles. Mrs. Com is from Tibet. She has many wrinkles and no teeth. And that sounds like my grandfather. Her store is full of magical things from Asia. There are many Buddhas, pink, violet, purple, and blue scarves, lucky dragons, masks, a picture of the Dalai Lama, green tea, rice, and black tea, samurai swords, and longevity symbols, and a bunch of different smells. Tashi Delek, Mandela. That's a lucky sign. And here we see some art from different Asian cultures. Look at this big dragon and all these rivers and a tree. Look at that. See what you can point out and spot. Oh dear, I'm late. She is running around the block. Madlenka, where have you been? Says her parents. Well, I went around the world. And I lost my tooth. And here at the end here, we have a map of the whole wide world so we can see where everybody's from. Everybody from all over the world lives on one New York City block. And we zoom out again. The end.